Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing about Bitcoin, crypto, the stock market, what's happening, where are we going to go, are we going to see new lows incoming, where is the bottom. I'm going to answer to you all the questions. Of course, before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates about this crazy crypto market. But let's cut the chase now. Let's get in straight away into the chart and see what's happening right now. So yesterday we were saying that Bitcoin could have gone and have a retest after we broke this level over here at roughly $62,800. We lost that level and then we dropped down, and we said that we were looking at a buying area roughly around the $60,000 to $61,000, especially in our VIP community. If you want to join this community, guys, link down below. You won't be disappointed. We do analysis every single day. So what happened yesterday? We decided to, of course, open a long position. It went quite well, and now we're waiting to see what's going to be happening next. Now let's have a look straight away into BTC, and we can try to formulate like an idea of what can be happening right now. So first of all, as you remember, we had that break of structure over here on the daily chart. We broke this level over here at this area here, and we touched $65,500. So at the moment, Bitcoin is still into a what we can call into a retest area. You can see that we broke this level over here, we climbed back up, now we are retesting this area, and now looks like what we need to see right now for BTC to have a continuation would be a potential bounce from here, a strong bounce, to then of course cause this kind of movement. Because if this is not going to happen, if we're going to go and break down again here, then there is a risk we're going to go down again here to $57,000, and then it's going to be more difficult to go back up again. So at the moment, it's very, very tight over here. What is making me a little bit bearish on Bitcoin is the fact that there is no response, there's no reaction from here. So we touch here $61,800 this morning, but right now looks like it's pretty much like dead, and it doesn't want to push to the upside again. We can also go on a shorter time frame, and then we can see what's going on from here. So I'm gonna go and adjust like this line over here of the retest. We're still on the line, but the question is how much can we actually hold this line over here if the price doesn't go up. So we can also have a look at here and draw a Fibonacci and see in terms of the retracement how low the retracement can be. And as you can see from here, we are now touching on the 50% Fibonacci retracement, and it could be a possibility, of course, that we might see a potential further drop to roughly $59,800 for the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. So if I have to guess for today, guys, in terms of what can be happening in the next 1 to 2 days, of course, you want to see something like this. You want to see maybe a rebound from here, but then at 62,000, if we're not going to see a proper breakout over here and go back to these highs, then what we can see could be further continuation to the downside and potentially touch this level here at $59,900. So then what I'm actually interested in this is that what I think is before we had that low as well here, 59,850, and looking at the probability we could see a rebound from here. So I'm not expecting, if we're going to go down to the level, I'm not expecting something like this, like a further continuation to the downside. I'm expecting a sort of a curve, like a sort of a rebound. I'm going to show you right now. Let me just take away my Fibonacci. So what I could be expecting could be something like that, a recoil around this area, and then a continuation to the downside like this. So that could be actually good for maybe like a scalp long position from here to here. That could be something, if Bitcoin is going to give to us, but I can see like a potential of a rebound from here. But overall at the moment it looks like the trend is still down until proven otherwise. And I can also teach you a technique, the way you can actually buy Bitcoin at the moment. I mean, you can see we can go on the 1 hour chart. I can show you straight away from here. As you can see, we are going down and down and down. And what we can do, we can connect few points over here, we can go and draw one area over here, and also going to have another area over here. As you can see, Bitcoin is into a channel over here, into a channel, and what you need to see could be also like the midline also in the channel as well. We can just drop it around this area over here. So what you want to see right now for Bitcoin, you can either want to buy at the level where it's going to touch this diagonal line from here. So let's say, for example, there is a convergence around this area, okay, so around here, okay, so I'm going to go and place a rectangle in this area. So you want to either thinking about it long, and again, it's not financial advice, that's the way, you know, I trade, but you would like maybe to enter around this area with the convergence of that previous support to this diagonal channel, and then of course opening a long position, tight stop loss over here. But otherwise, the other way you could actually have a safer entry will be once you actually break this level over here. So once you're going to be able to break this channel, or even I'm going to show you even better. So this channel over here, then if you're going to open a long, once you see like the one candle getting out from here, that could be a very good, you know, buying opportunity. But also what you can do as well, it could be if you see, for example, this kind of pattern where you start from this line over here, you go down to this line over here, and then Bitcoin is able to break this level here, that could be like another possibility for a long position from here once it breaks the structure. Because if it breaks the structure and then retested it here, then it could actually climb, let's say, at least up to here, and then you're gonna be in profit. So guys, that's it for Bitcoin. I think looking also at the macro, more like, you know, higher time frames, I'm gonna go back on the daily. We say so many times, you know, to be careful at 65,000, because it could have been a potential rejection from there, which we nailed in terms of prediction. And right now, I mean, looks like the trend is still down, right? I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna say it looks bullish, because it doesn't. So theoretically, what we could see from here could be something like that. So I don't want to scare you. I don't want to be the typical perma bear who's going to tell you that, you know, that we are done with Bitcoin, is the end of the world. But I like to just to show you the data. But again, guys, if this is going to happen, I will be pretty happy, simply because we finally going to go and touch this bottom, and then we can start to climb back up again. Because this price action, guys, has been terrible. I don't know if you agree with me, but it's been totally terrible. Like lots of people are giving up on this. They're giving up on crypto, and I think if the market makers keeps going like that, they're potentially going to they're gonna make lots of retail, you know, going away from the space, and then it's gonna be difficult to pump the crypto back up again. But looking at this, you can go from here to here, bring it up to here, bring us roughly $52,400. So if I had to calculate from here to here, guys, 1st of June, we could see potentially $52,300, and then from there I believe it's going to be a very good entry point to then, of course, deploying lots of capital and opening a long position. Look at that. So even if I go here and then I go and connect all these points over here, they all bring me to this area over here. I don't know if you saw that, but that's quite remarkable that everything brings me down to the 30th of May, 1st of June. And of course, this movement, guys, is going to be due to one simple thing, the CPI report. If CPI on the 15th of May is going to come higher than expected, it means inflation is ramping up again, and therefore we are going to see Bitcoin maybe potentially going down to $52,000 to $53,000. And then, of course, after that, the trend, I mean, look at the trend. I mean, it's quite obvious to say that there is only one trend at the moment. You know, I'm still extremely bullish. So even if it goes down to here, that could be, you know, something we could see later on. So I wouldn't be too scared about that. Now let's have a look also at the NASDAQ today. So NASDAQ 100, so we can see what's going on with the NASDAQ. Should we be scared at the moment? I mean, the NASDAQ at the moment, it's in an interesting situation, because we can see, first of all, I'm going to open the charts. We can see like a little shooting star around this area. That's not really like a shooting star, but doesn't look great. Also, we try to retest, you know, this area of resistance now, and we got rejected. So at the moment, NASDAQ could potentially going down a little bit more, and then we just need to evaluate what's going to be happening right now with them, and also with the S&P 500, of course. But at the moment, I mean, still looks like a sort of like an ABCD pattern at the moment, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see something like this. Okay, so looking at the NASDAQ, right? So the NASDAQ in general moves after Bitcoin. So in a sense that Bitcoin and like other riskier assets usually move before the bigger ones. So what I could say is that I can expect the Bitcoin to bottom before the NASDAQ, and potentially the NASDAQ is going to start his impulsive move to the downside later than Bitcoin. So right now, still holding, but if the NASDAQ is going to go, let's say, we're going to see this continuation, this ABCD pattern, so A, B, C, and then D down to 16,000, let's say, that's going to be, I can really expect Bitcoin to go down to, $52,000. That could be definitely on the cards. And very similar to BTC, we saw that if we connect all these points over here, it can really bring you to this level here. So looking at the projection from here, and again, 6th of June, 5th of June. So as I said before, Bitcoin could bottom, let's say, at the end of May, whereas the NASDAQ is going to potentially bottom, a little bit later. But of course, Bitcoin is going to rebound before the NASDAQ. So that's what I can see, from the chart. The last one I want to show you today, guys, is the DXY dollar currency index. Let's have a look at that. Dollar currency index looks, in my opinion, okay. So we're going to go on the daily chart. It's trying to climb back up again around this area. We can go on the 4 hours and see what's going on from here with the DXY. Guys, there's something very important you have to have a look at it right now. So DXY had a break to the downside, it's trying to climb back up again, but now is in this situation over here. So try to climb back up, broke the structure over here. If DXY is going to be able to break above again this area, which is around 106.5, that could put lots of pressure on Bitcoin and also and the stock market, and therefore you could see potential sell-off in the stock market, further sell-off in the stock market, right? But there is something which is quite good, is actually got rejected over here right now, so it's forming a potential shooting star, which if this happens, that could be actually very good for stocks and crypto short term. I'm talking about, of course. So maybe if we're gonna form a shooting star, we could see potentially more movement down to here, and then we're going to decide, what's gonna be happening with this. Now, something very important to consider as well, guys, is that I'm gonna go back into my Bitcoin chart, but what I'm expecting the price of BTC to stay, I'm gonna say, range bound in the next 4 or 5 days. And the reason why is because there is lots of uncertainty. Market makers, of course, they're going to try to push the price down in anticipation, and we don't know what kind of direction we're going to take, because I said before, the CPI report is going to really decide whether we're going to go back up to 70k, 75k, or we're going to drop to like 52k. So that's going to be a very important moment. So I'm expecting Bitcoin to chop around a little bit in this time. So again, probably would be good to to scalp, do some scalping trading or something like that. But at this point of time, I can't really see that. I don't see any major movement happening until next week. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Of course, if you have a question, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow for another update about Bitcoin and crypto. Take care, and I'm going to see you soon.